Good morning students, welcome back to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Students, in this class we are going to start with one of our another topic, that is civilizing the native and educating the nation. Basically, when Britishers entered India, they believed that Indians were not educated, they were not literate and they have no knowledge at all. Britishers were best, European education was best in their perspective. So in this chapter, what we found two groups. One was Orientalist group and second one was who were against the Orientalist. Now if we talk about the Orientalist group, what we found? We found people like William Jones, Colebrook. They said that if you want to educate Indians, they must be educated in their own languages. On the other hand, what we observed, Britishers or other people who were criticizing Indians, like Thomas Macleay was there, like you can say Thomas Macleay was there who used to say, or James Mill was there who used to criticize Indian education, and they said that Indian education was based on full of errors. It was full of errors, it does not contain any scientific knowledge and it's their knowledge only, it's Western education only that is errorless, that is scientific based and that is based on modernization or technology. So Oriental education in India must be stopped and Western education must be taught to the Indians. That's what we observed in this point of view. Thereafter what we found they also started saying that knowledge of commerce must be given to Indians, that is how to do trading activities so that they can be more advanced, more modern and more technologically handled people, which they were not, they means the Indians were not having till now in their perspective or in their point of view. Now our next topic is local schools under British rule. Now what happened? What basically Adam Smith, let's just have a look about this in detail. You can see here. Now if we talk about the local schools under British rule, there was one Adams report. William Adam was sent to India and he was said that you need to prepare one report on the education system prevailing in India. So what was observed in that? He said that there was no particular timetable followed by the students. At the time of the harvest, students don't come to the schools. There were no proper benches, no proper schools. Under one banyan tree, the guru was sitting and he was giving education to the students belonging to all class. No level was there, 6th class, 7th class, 8th, all the students are sitting together and the guru was teaching them. This was filed by Adam in his report. And thereafter, British government decided that new routines or new rules, new timetable must be formed for the Indians in order to make them more educated. Now the last topic of our chapter is agenda for national education. Now as I told you that we are having two groups, Orientalists who were in favor of Indian education and criticizers like Thomas Macleay or James Mill who criticized Indian education. So this was agenda going on in India, that what should be the mode of education nationwide, that is in all over the country throughout. So if you will see here, what you will found, national leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, like Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, they come forward and they presented their idea in support of the national education. Now if we talk about Mahatma Gandhi point of view regarding the national agenda of education in India, what we observed, he said he was completely against the colonial education, against the English education. He said that if we want our self-respect, our dignity, we need to develop the crafts, the skills of the Indians, and we need to teach them more crafts skills so that they became more independent and self-reliant. So he was completely against British language. Thereafter, there was start of Shanti Niketan. Now the question is that who establishes Shanti Niketan? It was established by Rabindranath Tagore in 1901 because he believed that if a particular individual wants to gain education, that can be achieved in a peaceful environment only. That is why he established Shanti Niketan. And at last we are provided with the point of view of Tagore's idea on education. So let's see what he believed. He believed that he reminded his school days and he said that I am completely against the disciplined British schooling. No individual can bring new ideas or new thoughts if very complex things or rigid rules are applied on that individual. He just wanted the student to be a free bird so that innovations came forward. He wants students to be more curious. He believes that child must learn on his own. So he believes in the concept of self-learning. He believes that happy, free and creative environment must be created in the schools. Natural environment must be provided to the students. And he believed that there needs to be a combination of both Western education as well as the Indian education. From both the education, like from Western education we can take the science and technology perspective so that we won't be lacking behind, and from Indian education all sort of good things that we have, we must need to take care of them or implement them in our national education definitely. So with this I end our chapter and I hope the chapter is very much clear to all of you. Thank you students. Now we will meet in the next class. Till then take care and stay safe all of you. Like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.